there is going to be finally that one new Fate game coming out. I believe it's officially available for Steam tomorrow. Or the 6th? Let me see. It's the Fate Extra Hollow that I saw. I saw Steam was promoting it. Let me see. Steam. I saw it briefly. Yes. Here we go. Yep. Yep. Here we go. The official Fate Hollow Exterior Remastered is going to be coming out the 6th. So this week. Obviously, we're not done this route yet, so we will not be playing it anytime soon. However, this is for sure going to be on the channel. Let me actually scroll down. I don't want to get spoiled, but my assumption going into that is that is like a potential 4th route. Hey Thor, how you doing, man? How's it going? Yeah, so my assumption is that the Hollow Remastered is like a 4th route in the Fate storyline, the original storyline. So, of course, as we're trying to do right now, we have the Fate route. You have Unlimited Blade Works. And, of course, you then have Heaven's Field. Those are the main 3 routes involving Shiro Emiya going on his path with either primarily Saber, Rin, and then Sakura. Now with Hollow, I'm not too sure where it will diverge even more, because so far, out of all the routes that I've seen, Heaven's Field's like the most divergent one. But again, that's like the movie adaptation, so I don't know if there's something different between the movie and the actual visual novel. Maybe again, one day we'll come back to this game and we'll actually play through to get the official visual novel version of Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Field. But that's like long distance, long into the future. But for this, the Hollow game, you know, once we're done this, I'm going to probably play some other stuff too, like Fate Extella. But, you know, this is going to be on the docket because I am curious. Because one, it's coming out fairly recent now, and it's a remastered. But then two, I am curious what will be so different enough to make this a standalone game. Because I think this is for FGO players. I'm pretty sure this is alternate Saber, but like the Foreigner, the X Foreigner, I think it is. So alternate Foreigner X. So I don't know why they are here and what's that going to entail. But yeah, so ultimately at the end of the day, this is going to be probably the most different, even compared to Heaven's Field. So I'm very intrigued, to say the least. I guess you could say things took a really weird route. Yes. Yeah. I mean, if it's weirder than Heaven's Field, I would be shocked. I mean, actually, I should be careful, depending on what might pop up for Heaven's Field. Let me actually do that for a brief second. Heaven's Field. Yeah, let's do this. I want to make sure, because if anyone watched movie 2, you guys know. You guys know. Like, if it's weirder than the Heaven's Field route, I would be shocked. I would be like, really now? Really? But it's probably going to be the most atypical out of what happens. It's going to still probably involve Shiro. It's going to involve Kotomine being Kotomine. You're going to have Ilia, Rin, and Sakura. Although I don't know if Sakura's going to go on a freaking tirade this route. The servants outside of, again, what it appears to be Foreigner Altar. I think it is. Outside of that, it looks like, it should be, Ryder. It should be Sasaki Kyojuro as assassin. Not this assassin, Hassan, the arm. Hercules should still be here. Q should be there. So most of the stuff should be the same, but still a core theme that we usually see on all the different routes is that Shiro has to kind of come to a conclusion about who he is as a person in various different ways. For the Fate route, I don't know where that's going to go just yet compared to unlimited blade work and Heaven's Field. But I imagine it's going to have its own standalone message that it wants to tell. And then with the Hollow route, it's probably going to be even more of an interesting turn. Like, so far, from what I feel, Shiro's journey through unlimited blade work is probably the weakest for me, and actually kind of hurts his character because it actually glorifies his very bad nature of being a white knight, about, you know, him holifying the hero of justice. Yes, it's a good thing that he wants to help people, but how he achieves it and what he needs to go through, and ultimately what he turns out to be, like with Archer, is kind of like a narrative implication of, you may have good intentions and a really solid dream, but that good intention can lead to a lot of ruin, not just for yourself, but everyone else around you. For Heaven's Field, it's kind of recognizing, okay, your dream is to help people, but helping people might mean doing something that's hard for you to do, but it, in the end, is going to be a blessing for someone else, where it's very implied, like, you know, the hero must save people. Well, saving doesn't necessarily mean they live. It might mean being the generous person and pulling someone out of their misery. And I kind of like that journey. You also get the reveal, again, in the movie, in the anime adaptation, you get the actual reveal of, you know, Kirei to Shiro and what was his journey like. So he kind of has a more broader picture of where his quote-unquote father not failed per se, but I guess like where his goals ultimately got him, and where now Shiro has to kind of pick up from where he left off, where in Unlimited Blade Work, he doesn't know that. Now, I do wonder if here he's going to learn a little bit more in the Fate route. Maybe. In this Hollow route, I'm curious if he's actually going to learn the whole truth again, but he's going to have a different point of view, where maybe he's actually going to be like, my dad failed doing the hero mission, and because of that, the incident of the, you know, Fuyuki fire caused so many people to die. Maybe in the Hollow route, he actually will just verbatim give up being a hero. I don't know. They'll do something interesting, because all the routes have Shiro going through a different route, or a different quest line, morally speaking. And also, there will be some weird power-up that he'll get, you know, in Unlimited Blade Work. He gets, you know, the actual fucking unlimited blades. Heaven's Field, he gets, you know, the arm. Here, I don't know what's it gonna be, because it's saber focus. I'm guessing something with Excalibur, maybe. And then in Hollow, who knows? Maybe Hollow will actually have, like, next to no Shiro. If there's, like, next to no Shiro, that actually might be kind of cool. I'll be like, yo, okay, I'm kind of down for that. If there's, like, no Shiro at all, but I doubt it. Okay. Turn off the Fate music. With that being said, again, you all know why we're here. We are here for more Fate Stay Night. If you're new to the channel, please give a comment, even if it's not a good comment. Like the stream. If you're here now, or VOD Gang, what up? And of course, please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of cool things baking, and hopefully soon enough we'll be coming to the channel, and it's gonna be a good time. Also, Thor, I still see you, man. How's it going? It's all fun and games until you search a character and it comes up with death in the search. Yeah. True. That is very, very true. For any new series you start, you gotta be very careful. It's like, ooh. That's why I'm so happy that we're finally caught up to Ichi the Witch, which we actually completed Sunday, yesterday, so go check that out on the channel. We'll be doing single reactions from here on out every Sunday. But we finally finished the binge read. We're caught up now, so I can now just freely Google search anything I want. And I'm like, oh, it's just like liberation upon my soul. I don't have to worry about characters dying, spoilers that haven't happened yet. No, I'm free. I'm free. I can engage with like the community at large. Oh, it's a blessing. It's an absolute blessing. So right now, I can't really do that with Fate because I have to do the Fate route and then gotta do the Hollow route. But even then, you know, there's still the visual novel representations of Unlimited and Heaven. So it's like, there will still be a time where I feel like, ooh, I'm gonna get spoiled. I'm gonna get spoiled, but maybe I will be willing to walk that line. If I so dare to. If I so dare to. But alright. That's enough jibber jabber. We're here. We started a little late. We press on. We press on. I wouldn't want anyone to get sad if I can't help it. Fuck, uh-oh. Again, you know, Kiritsugu wants to make the world a better place. And we saw the epitome of what he could achieve. Didn't work out so well. Shiro hears that in Heaven's Fields and has to make a tough decision for what it means to help people. And I do like that. I do like that. But I'm curious if this is the Fate route, what will he come to? That's always Kirei's favorite saying. The man who I saw as the champion of justice, saying he thought he was a failure, that he wasn't good enough. He didn't need to explain it to me. The young me and the grown-up Kiritsugu had lived in were too different. And so standards for being a hero of justice were different as well. When I was young, this house was my entire world. So my old man, Fujine, myself, and my favorite shed were the only things that I needed to protect. And then you spend the rest of the game trying to gaslight yourself into thinking it's fake. Oh, I've done that before. I've done that for series before. Like, oh, wait, this character dies? Oh, no. Surely that's like a fan theory. And then I'm, you know, gonna totally be like blue-balled by that and thinking, oh, actually, they were just trolling. Yeah. And then like, oh, we're finally at this cool part. And oh, it happens. It's like, oh, but I assured myself. Yeah. Game's a bit quiet. All right, hold on. Let me actually see. It actually might be on OBS's side. Let's try that. And then controls. Fig. Let's go here. Yeah. That should be good now. Or it should be a little bit better. Anyway, okay. So, basically he's just saying, when you're a kid, the world is a lot smaller. Or your, in particular, world is a lot smaller. And then you grow up and you understand that you are a part of something way, way bigger. And then when you have a vision or a goal that's like these two, Emiya and, or I should say in this case, Kiritsugu and Shiro, about being the savior of the world, the hero of justice, it's like, oh, where do you even begin to achieve this kind of dream? All I thought I had to protect was what I could see around me. But Kiritsugu wanted to do something for those he couldn't see or reach. Fucking flashbang, geez.
自らを育んでいた。世界が非常ならば、それ以上に非常になることを武器にして、自分の理想を貫こうとしたんだよ。
The idea of two negatives, and he thought it could make a right, but no, in the end, two negatives, in fact, could not make a right. God, fucking... The game just wants to flashbang me, please. No, my eyes. There will always be those that cannot be saved. You just can't save everything. If in the process of trying to save 1,000, you overlook 500, then I will abandon 100 to save 900. That's the most efficient way. That is the ideal. Kiritsugu once told me. Of course, I got mad hearing that. It really ticked me off. Because I didn't have to be told that, since I knew that already. Because I knew firsthand that it was the very ideal that led me to being saved. I didn't need to be reminded about something so obvious. Even though you are someone who has a very different upbringing and life experience at a very young age, does not mean that you aren't still a kid, though, Shiro. So you have to be ingrained with these ideas. But I still believe that a hero of justice could save everyone, despite those limitations. Because that's what a hero of justice was. Someone that could still perform miracles no matter how idealistic or unattainable they may be.
そうだね、シロ。結果は一番大事だ。けどそれとは別に、そうであろうとする心が。
The heart. But because we saw, at least Kiritsugu, having heart might ultimately mean the end result might not end up what you hoped it to be, and you might come regret that. So you have to be careful. Because he says, one hand, the results are the most important things. If the results are the results, some person would say, again, 1,000 lives are being saved. But what did it cost? Well, it cost 100 people. But again, his heart was in the right place. So it's a very fine line, and it's a conflicting area, especially for people that want to ultimately save people, to have this mindset. What did Kiritsugu say about the heart again? I don't remember. It's not often I reminisce about something from so long ago. I must have been in a deep sleep. Otherwise, I wouldn't be dreaming in the first place. Flashbangs, please. Please, can we get out of this white void? Saber's waking me up. It's pathetic. There we go. Color. I bolt upright out of my futon. It's 6:30 in the morning. Fresh sunlight pours in front of outside. Yeah, that's goddamn right. Make me breakfast, man. Let's go. Saber is staring right at me. Let's go, man. Let's go. My French toast ain't gonna make themselves. Oh, also, from last time, Saber is going to train Shiro, which I don't think was something that they did in the other versions. Also, I just want to see, now that I know from last time, you can actually see branch points, and I think you can actually see when characters have, like, a hurt choice. Yes, right here. So I'm just checking if there was anything like that. So far, I don't see any, like, residual of this character liked it. This character didn't like it. But anyway, Saber is going to be training Shiro. So let's see where this goes. Oh. What's going on? Hold on. Don't throw me into a situation I don't understand just as I'm waking up.
それって遠坂の部屋でか？
いえ、今です。私も通りかかっただけですから、詳しくは知りませんが。
Hmm.
わかった。とにかく急ぐ。
Oh, but there's something I forgot to do.
何でしょうか、シロ。
Kisses her, like, right on the mouth. No, I'm kidding. He would have been an Giga Chad for that, but no, not yet. Not yet.
おはよう、セイバー。起こしてくれて助かった。
Mm. Appreciation. Again, that's the idea of treating them like a person, but that's a conflicting of interest as a master. I greet her, then I head out to the hallway. But seriously, what the hell did Tosaka do to start an argument first thing with Sakura? Sisters, man.
遠坂！
Who knows? In the living room, there's no sign of Sakura, and Tosaka is all alone, casually watching the weather forecast on TV.
おはよう。朝っぱらから人の名前を叫ぶなんて穏やかじゃないわね。
She turns around as if to ask something had happened. That's weird. It doesn't look like she was fighting with Sakura at all.
ああ、おはよう。って遠坂、なんでもさくらと揉めたって聞いたんだが、本当か？
あ、そっか。セイバーから聞いたのか。ええ、客観的に見ればそういうことになるけど、別に大したことじゃないわよ。単に
Mhm.
しばらくここには来るなって言いつけただけだから。
She's so casual about basically banning Sakura from my house, right?
バカな。その話、さくらは前にも断ってるじゃないか。それを繰り返したところで、さくらが承諾するはずが。
Right. You would think so.
ないけど、交換条件を出したら帰ってくれたわよ。さくらが1週間ここに来なければ、私はおとなしく家に戻るって言ったの。それで交渉成立。しぶしぶだけど帰っていったわ。
Hmm.
そうそう。シローによろしくだって。
よろしくって、お前。
Uh-huh. Why would she do something like that without telling me? No offense, Shira, I don't think she really cares for your permission. Actually, I shouldn't yell at her for that. Tosaka just done something I should have.
そうだった。悪い。朝から面倒を押し付けちまった。気分悪くしただろう、遠坂。
Mm-hmm.
いや、別に面倒でも嫌でもなかったけど、なんだってそんなこと言うわけ、シロ？
いや、遠坂、さくらと仲が良かっただろ。なのに、面と向かって出ていけなんて2回も言うのは嫌だったはずだ。だから悪かったって。しっかりしなくちゃいけないのに、また遠坂に負担をかけた。
She's doing the hard
いい
work.
けどそんなの。私だって自分の安全第一でさくらを追い出したんだし、シローにそう謝られる筋合いなんてないわ。
Fair. Hydrate.
自分の安全第一ってなんでさ？
だってシンジがマスターだったんでしょ？
Mm-hmm.
あいつのことだから、シロんとこにさくらがいるって分かったら目の敵にするに決まってるもの。だからシンジとの決着がつくまではさくらはここにいさせない方がいいのよ。
Mm-hmm. Got it. She makes a good point. Shinji said he doesn't tell Sakura anything. I don't think he was lying, but he might have her tell him stuff. But if he finds out that his little sister comes here so often, he might get the wrong idea.
だよな。シンジから見れば、さくらを人質に取ったように見えるもんな。
Mm-hmm.
そういうこと。もっともそんなことは別にして、ここが危険なことに変わりはないでしょ。
Mm-hmm.
あんまり頻繁に夜出歩かせるのもなんだし、しばらくは遠慮してもらった方がいいのよ。それがさくらのためだし、 私たちのためでもある。
AK, no Sakura this route.
まあ、そうだな。さくらには悪いけど、後で謝って許してもらおう。
Though I won't be able to explain myself even when the time comes. This is really getting to me. I feel really bad about turning Sakura away like this, but even if it's temporary, she's been so unselfish about helping me for all this time.
あら、随分と元気がないこと。さっき人を怒鳴りつけてくれた異性はどこに行ったのかしらね。エミヤくんはそんなにさくらがいないと寂しいのかな？
Tosca grins maliciously. Ah, crap. I know she'd tease me whenever I show vulnerability. I went and did it again.
ほっといてくれ。さくらはうちの平和のシンボルだったんだよ。藤姉と俺だけじゃ足りないところを補ってくれてたんだ。それをこっちの都合で追い返したんだから、気だって沈む。
なんだ、よくわかってるじゃない。それだけ言えれば合格よ。少しは勝ち切ってのが出てきたみたいね。
何が言いたいんだよ、遠坂は。
わからない？つまりね、戦いが終わればさくらは戻ってくるでしょ。シロは聖杯なんていらないって言うけど、それなら今まで会ってくれた平穏のために戦えばいい。
New motivation.
ほら、目的がはっきりしていいじゃない？
Yep. Tosca smiles, her very biggest smile. When she puts it like that, I really have no choice but to agree. Damn. I don't know what to say now. What she said there confirms that she's both a mean-spirited and ridiculously awesome at the same time. She's a double dipper, that's for sure.
じゃあしばらくさくらちゃんは来ないの？
Sadly not, best girl. Sadly not.
まあ、そういうことだから、藤姉もたまには家で親孝行したらどうだ。じいさん、娘に構ってもらえないって嘆いてたぞ。
Hmm.
お父さんなんかほっといてもいいの。私がいなくたって死にゃしないんだから。
Hey, but you never know.
それにね、さくらちゃんがいないんなら余計私がしっかりしなくちゃダメじゃない。シロ
Hmm.
だって男の子だもん。万が一があったら懲戒免職よ。
Yeah, he has a palace right
責
now.
任取ってくれる？
Like every young adolescent person's dream is still happening.
なことな。
Sadly, since I am a man, I really can't confidently deny that. Mm-hmm.
エミヤくん、何かしらね、今の止めは。
Yeah. Oh, no, nothing. Nothing at all. She glares. Tosca's eyes bore into me from one
な
side.
いと思う。これはただの下宿じゃないんだ。
Tosca's not staying here for fun, you know.
俺だって分かってる。
そう。よかった。やっぱりエミヤくんは信用できますね、先生。
Mm-hmm.
当然です。シロは私でもちょっと趣味に走りすぎたかっていうぐらい落ち着いてるんだから。
Yeah, it's not really him we're worried about. It's the woman. And then she just appears. Saber continues to eat in silence as she observes the two interacting. It's been 2 days, but I don't think I'll ever get used to this.
あ、そうそうシロ。弓道部のことなんだけどね。三辻さんが怪我したっていう話知ってる？
She got hurt. I wonder if it has to involve Shinji.
また他の部のやつと喧嘩でもしたのか、あいつ。まったく。もうすぐ3年なんだから少しは落ち着けってんだ。
It's okay. You like a little fire sometimes to spice your world
怪
up.
我の方はどうなんだよ。割と深いのか。
うん、それは大丈夫。軽い捻挫だって。学校の帰り道に怪しいやつに襲われたそうよ。
Mm-hmm.
あの子って俊足でしょ。スパーッと勢いよく逃げたんだけど、最後に転んで怪我したみたい。
そうか。大事がなくてよかった。けど、よりによってあいつにね。 命知らずというか、なんというか。
You can be both.
どちらにせよ、間抜けな犯人だったな。俺はてっきり。
You are one person that should not be calling a person a fool. You are very much the definition of pot calling the kettle black here, Shiro. I would watch yourself.
てっきり逃げたんじゃなくてノックアウトしたって思ったんでしょう。
Alright. So that tells me we're not hearing the full story then. Fujine grins. Yep. She sure knows Ayaku Mitsuri very well.
あいつが逃げるなんてめったにないから。
Shouldn't that raise alarm bells?
しかし、そうか。三つ釣りのやつも俗には弱かったのか。ま、いいんじゃないか。それぐらいのイベントが起きないと、あいつに女らしさを教えるのは不可能だ。
Sometimes I do wonder about the femininity of their writing perspective in this series. Like, when did this series come out? Oh, right. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I don't really care, but like, I'm like, nowadays, I feel like this would definitely trigger someone. I munch on my rice. Nom, nom, nom. Nodding approvingly.
ねえねえエミヤくん。
And then suddenly, Rin Tosca slaps my shoulder, smiling at me.
私からもちょっと耳寄りな話してあげよっか。
Oh, do you?
なんだよ。今の話以上に耳寄りな話は難しいぞ。本気で。
うん。今まで黙ってたけどね。私と綾子って仲良しなの。休みの日は二人で遊びに行くぐらいの仲って知ってた？
So, okay. The music just cuts. Wait. Why are she and Mitsuri friends?
はい。
Come again?
今の話、一言一句間違えずに伝えてあげるから安心して。エミヤくんも喜んでたって言ったら、綾子ったらそりゃあ
You just
もう
enjoy
30枚はぶち抜く
his
ぐらい喜ぶんじゃないかな。
emotional and physical pain, don't you? It's her like bread and butter. That's
訂
nice.
正したい。今のは言葉のあやだ。あまり人様に話すような発言じゃないんで、黙っていてくれると。
Yeah, what was that part about? Oh, she needs to learn how to be more feminine? Ooh, yeah, that's, you're gonna eat those words, literally.
そうなの？なら黙っていてもいいけど、それなりの条件がないときついかな。ほら、ついポロッと口に出ることってあるじゃない？
What do you want? What are you trying to weasel out of
謙
me?
虚なセリフを言ってんのに、にんまり笑ってるってのは良くないぞ。
あら、ごめんなさい。別に楽しいわけじゃないから誤解しないでね。
Yeah, there's no misunderstanding it here. She's enjoying this.
わかった。これから朝食は洋風にする。
Western styles? And from what perspective are you saying? Pancakes? Grit? Are you saying real bacon? Scrambled eggs? Like, what kind of Western style are we going for?
さっきお前が言ってた朝飯作るならパンにしろという提案も受け入れていい気になったり。
I should have bread.
上出来ね。マーマレードだけじゃなくて、いちごのジャムも忘れないでくれると嬉しいわ。
She wants like a formal breakfast sandwich. Marmalade. Does this kind of look like the house that we have marmalade?
たく、日本の朝を何だと思ってやがる。この外国かぶれ。お前一人の趣味で朝飯を買いやがって。この暴君。
いいえ、それは違います。朝食がパンになるのは私も嬉しい。加えて半熟の
There
卵
you
を
go.
用意していただければ
Please
文
the
句はないの
saver.
ですが。
Please the saver. They want a soft-boiled egg. Is that it? Only soft-boiled egg? Saber jumps right into the discussion. Well, if we're taking requests, I will take a nice sheet of bacon.
くそ。さくらが洋食にしたからって調子づきやがって。お望み通り、明日から朝はパンにするから、それで文句はないな。
Mhm.
さっきの話は他言無用。絶対に三つにはバラすなよ。
Remember that. I hold your breakfast hostage. I huff and shove rice in my mouth without looking at either one of them. And then
なんでそんな無駄なことするのかな。
Fujine, who had been watching our conversation with a look of wonderment, finally spoke up.
なんだよ。無駄ってなんだよ、藤根。
Yeah, I don't want to get my ass beat.
だって遠坂さんが話さなくても私が三つさんに話しちゃうじゃん。こんな面白い話黙ってられないよ私。
Why? I'm your meal ticket. Why would you do this? You're supposed to be my guardian. Fujine shakes her head disapprovingly as she eats. Actually, I need to think of a way to deal with her, or I really am in trouble. Breakfast ends and it's 7:30. Fujine surprisingly stays back and suggests that the three of us walk to school. Okay, that's different. But we can't do that. I made a decision last night. Now that I've said that I won't rely on Saber, I can't afford to take anything easy anymore.
それじゃ行こっか。戸締まりはいいシロ。
いや、戸締まりはいいよ。俺、今日学校休むから。
Oh, how are you gonna win this over her? I wave Fujine and Tosuka off. Fujine freezes, stupefied, just for a few seconds.
ちょっと学校休むってどういうことよ。
Yeah, she's literally a teacher.
Oh?
Yo, we gotta get on that grind. That grind set. We gotta become true swordsmen. Tosuka beat Fujine to the chase.
そうよシロ。学校休むってシロどこも悪くないでしょ。
I know. Best girl and supposedly the best girl are like, damn, we don't get to walk together?
いや、傷が痛んでるんだ。気温が下がると古傷って痛むだろ。そんな感じ。
That's fair.
それ嘘でしょシロ。
Alright, listen, I just want to be here with Saber all day long and don't question that. That's all I'll say.
嘘だけど、それで勘弁してくれ、藤根。何も学校が嫌ってわけじゃないんだ。やることがあって、そっちのが今は重要なだけなんだ。
You know what's crazy? We haven't been to the part-time job at all so far. We've literally done it one time. I wonder if that's ever going to come back up.
も
Maybe in the hollow
う
route.
そんな言い方されたら私の負けじゃない。シロが事情を話さないときっていつもそうなんだもん。昔っからそうだよね。
Fujine is complaining, but at least she understands.
そういうわけだ。学校の方は遠坂に任せる。
Guarded well.
そう。まあエミヤくんがいようがいなかろうがこっちには支障はないし。確かに悪くない選択よ、それ。
She says with a look of sadness in her eyes.
なあ、留守は任せてくれ。しばらくはバイトも休むから、家はそう開けないよ。
I'm not gonna go to work for a while. There we go. So no part-time. No part-time. Yo, they're gonna be like, hey, where's that part-time kid? Is he coming? Although they did basically describe it. It's more like he's essentially doing free labor, but they do give him some stuff every now and again, so. So I won't be leaving the house much.
わかった。それじゃあ行ってくるね、シロ。怪我で学校を休むんだから、あんまり外に出ちゃダメよ。
それじゃあね。今回はいいけど、次からは事前に相談してよね、こういうことは。
Train. It's training time. Time to grind.
さて、
Rise and
雑巾
grind,
がけぐ
people.
らいしとかないとな。
I should probably clean the floor. I told Saber to meet me here a little later. I always just do the bare minimum of cleaning in here, but it's been years since I've sparred with anyone in this place. It'd probably be rude to both the dojo and Seba if I don't clean up a
しかし
little.
あれだな。 剣の修行って言っても何をやらされるのやら。
It doesn't matter, really. You need to learn. I sparred using a Shina with Kiritsugu many times. But Kiritsugu and I never really cared about proper form. It was more like a couple of amateurs beating each other up. But I don't really think he was going to seriously train you, though. I never really had any plans to practice the kendo seriously. And I was really only taught how to fight opponents wielding sword.
そもそも道具を使って喧嘩するのは苦手だったな。作ったり直したりする方にしか関心がないんだから。
In that sense, this might be the first time for me to learn proper swordsmanship in a serious sense. Saber's swordsmanship is different than kendo, but I'm not sure there's some things in common. I don't think there are so different I won't be able to keep up. I hear the door open. Saber arrives precisely on time. That works out well since I just finished cleaning.
待たせたな。今日からここで手ほどきをしてもらうわけだけど。
どうかしましたか、シロ。何か意外なものを見るような顔をしていますが。
いや、セイバーの服がそのままだったから驚いた。てっきりあっちの格好で来るのかと思ってたから。
You would die. Also, maybe, maybe you want to, work your way up first. We're training with swords, so I immediately thought of Saber in her armor, since that's what she's always wearing when she's fighting. But this is practice.
はあ、武装している方がいいというのでしたら着替えますが。そうですね。私がどうかしていました。
Oh, she thought he would prefer this. Well, don't upset the king. Don't upset the king. They wanted to grace you with this presence of theirs.
たとえ試合とはいえ、鎧をまとわないのはシロに失礼です。申し訳ありません。すぐに着替えてきます。
Aw.
いや、別にそういうわけじゃない。ただの思い違いだからいいんだ。俺もどっちかっていうと、鎧姿より
There you go.
今の方がいい。
There you go.
ですが、この服装ではシロの気が済まないのではないのです。
Not in the slightest.
気が済まないって、確かに今から試合するぞって感じじゃないけど、セイバーが動きやすいって言うんなら問題ないだろう。
You look like you were ready for a stroll in the park, if anything
セイ
else.
バーだって疲れるしな。
Like a nice picnic.
それはそうですが、この服装で剣を振るうのはおかしくはないでしょうか。
なんでさ、似合ってるんだからおかしくなんかないぞ。
You look good.
俺、セイバーは鎧姿より今の方がいいと思う。
Either or for me.
理解しかねます。この服装は確かに気軽なのですが、戦闘には耐えられないでしょう。セイバーとしては不向きな姿だと思うのですが。
But remember, Saber, this is Shiro we're talking about, and as we've seen, Shiro has certain viewpoints that may be outdated, but certain viewpoints about women, so... Even though you have literally shown inhuman physicality, he still sees you as a woman, so... It's kind of hard for him to turn off that part of his brain.
その格好で戦うなバカ。セイバーは女の子だろ。女の子にはそういう服のが似合うんだから。それでいいんだ。
And so we have it. There you go. There you go. You're a girl, Saber. Girls look good in outfits like this, so it's fine. Again, not a big deal for me, but I know this would piss so many people off right now. Hey, real blush for the first time. She can emote more than just slight little nods and anger every once in a while. She can actually... And then, I return the rag I've been cleaning with the bucket, and I bring back two Shini that had been leaning against a wall.
さて、 それでどういった鍛錬をするんだ、セイバー。方針は全部セイバーに任せるから、無茶でも何でも言ってくれ。
I toss her the bamboo sword. Hey, look at this. Hold on. Yeah. Look at that. Look at the bashful look of a king right there. Saber seems distracted as she catches the shimmy and stares at me quietly. Even out of the zone, she's still locked in.
なんだよ。しないじゃダメか。まさか僕と。いや、真剣を使えってんじゃないだろうな。
Well, the purpose is for you to learn about the death situation, so I guess really, if this was any other series, the real swords probably would be best. She really is a tough instructor. This is beyond anything I could imagine. Oh, buddy.
あ、いえ、そのようなことはありません。せっかく優れた試合用の模造刀があるのですから、こちらを使うことにしましょう。
Let's see where your baseline is first. Saber draws in a deep breath and goes right back to being the normal Saber I know her.
よかった。さすがに木刀で試合をするのは武装すぎる。で、本当に何をやればいいんだ。まず素振り500回とか走り込みとか、そういう体力作りからか。
If this again was any other show, probably, but I think because she's more of a speedster and a parry person for the most part, I feel like she's gonna make you focus on your agility.
その必要はないでしょう。私から見ても、シロウの運動能力は水準に達しています。これ以上肉体面を鍛えるのであれば、それは1日や2日でできることではありません。シロウは魔術師としては未熟ですが、戦士としては悲観したものではないと思います。
True?
幼い頃からよほど懸命に鍛えてきたのですね。
She's praising you. Your results actually matter. In the world of mages, it may not. But in general, on the field of combat, you have something. You have a certain spark that is recognized.
まあ、それぐらいしか取り柄がなかったからな。体を鍛えるのだけは、魔術の才能がなくてもできたことだし。
True. Intelligence? Nah. Strength? Fuck yeah.
それが幸いしたのでしょう。ランサーに襲われて死に至らなかったのは、シロウのそういう努力の賜物ですから。
One of the reasons, yes.
ですが、それは武器になるほどのものではありません。人間には限界がある。シロウの体はその限界の域には程遠いし、突破することも難しいでしょう。ですから私が教えることは、ただ戦うことだけです。
How to fight? Well, that is important.
戦うことだけってどういうことだ。今の口ぶりからして戦う方法を教えてくれるってわけじゃなさそうだけど。
当然です。一朝一夕で戦闘技術など身につくはずがないでしょう。私にできることはマスターに一回でも多く戦いを味わってもらうことだけです。
She's not teaching you styles. She's teaching you what being in combat actually means. And then through that, you'll have experience on quick decision making, controlling your breathing, that kind of stuff.
そもそも人に物を教える場なのですが、私に指示されても困ります。
Oh, I skipped most of that. Fuck. I'm not a skilled teacher, so I am baffled that you would seek my guidance. Well, it's not really seek, because you really said, okay, well, if you're going to be stubborn, I want to train you. And it's like, okay, we didn't really come to any other course of action, so, but yeah.
もしもし？
Hello? Having her sound so proud about that makes it a bit awkward for me as her student.
つまり、要するに、ただ試合をするだけってことかな、セイバー。
ええ。ただそれだけです、マスター。
Bunch of matches. Here we
寸
go.
止めはなし。お互い相手を殺すつもりで打ち合いましょう。
Okay.
そうですね。1時間もすればどういうことなのか、
An
理解しても
hour.
らえると思います。
Can you last an hour with Saber? Let's see. She's here, in the stance. the zone of a warrior. God damn it, I don't have my sword. I gotta have my props ready. I gotta have my props every single time near me. Saber readies herself, gently gripping her shana. Again, a million apologies for my pronunciation. Gomenasai. Huh? I tilt my head, wondering what she means. But I also grip my shina as Saber does. And in that instant, prepare yourself. Yep. Holy shit. Because I know apparently those wind bamboo swords, they are not delicate. Oh no, they hurt. They bring all kinds of pain. My vision goes black. Wata! Knocked out. You got knocked the fuck out. Saber is teaching me one very simple lesson. No matter what I do, no matter what strategy I come up with, none of it will change the outcome of a fight against someone I just don't have a chance of beating. Well, you'll go stronger. Well, if you were saying.
折れているのならもっとたくましい腕になっています。重度の打ち身ですが、今のシローならじきに回復する
Oh,
で
she
しょう。
slapped his arm so hard that the pain rushed up and knocked him out. Holy fuck, that's terrible.
そうか。よし。なら、もう少し続けるか。
Muscle through. You also built stamina and pain tolerance. Yeah,
まだ
yeah.
続けるのですか、シロー。
Isn't this the whole point? That's one of Shiro's most redeeming quality. He just doesn't know when to give up.
確かに打ち身ではありますが、すぐに動いていいものではありません。
In the battlefield, you must press on.
容赦なく人の腕に打ち込んできて何言ってんだ。
Alright, right.
いいぜ。セイバーが乗り気じゃないんなら、その隙。
Got her. Nope. Even in that instance, even when she was like, oh, you really should rest up. Whoosh, still got him. Still got him. And again, this is kind of hard because it's like an ant versus a dragon. It's like, yeah, the ant isn't going to win. The ant is just not going to win. It's not even like 1 in a million, 1 in a billion. You're just fucked. You're just fucked.
人の話を聞いてください。明らかにシローは疲労しています。そんな体ではせっかくの修練も無駄になるのですから、休憩を入れるべきです。
いや、でもな、こう明らかに手加減されてるのに打たれっぱなしっていうのは情けない。
Well, I mean, if she were to go all out, you would be dead. So, you
せ
know.
めて人たち、セイバーの眉ぐらいは動かさなきゃ悔しくて倒れられん。
Again, passion.
驚くというのでしたら、
She's like, oh Lord, bless this idiot.
強情だとは思っていましたが、まさかこれほどとは思っていなかった。
Yeah, stubborn is simple to what he is. But I entirely failed to anticipate this extent.
悪かったな。根本的に負けず嫌いなんだ、俺。
I hate losing.
ええ。
That sassy look. Yo, Saber is very emotive in this, and I like this. That might be a good sign that we're on the right course. Yes, you have to demonstrate that many times. So you don't need to say so. We will be taking a break, so please put your bamboo sword down.
床も汗で滑りやすくなっている。極限状態での模擬戦でもなし、疲労困憊して足場も不確か。などという状態では意味がありません。
But in a real scenario, you might not always be presented with resting. So I feel like he's more practical than even Saber right now. But
なんで
all
さ、
right,
普通戦闘訓練ってのは最悪の
Right
状態
there.
を想定してやるもんだろ。
Yep.
なら、
それこそ無意味です。
This is even more pointless.
いいですか、シロー。 あなたがサーバントと戦うというのでしたら、体力は万全、足場は完全、逃走経路は確保済みという状況以外の
Fair.
戦
I
闘は
guess
無意味です。
we do want to like prepare you, because knowing Shiro, he will. If you're going to do so, regardless, you need to be in the perfect condition. So we're gonna reset you to 0 every single time. That way you can understand, all right, if I'm going to charge in, let's say against Bazooka, how can I at least get something off at my best condition against just a juggernaut, a force of nature? Fair.
あなたは全てが充実した状態でなければサーバントと戦いにさえならない、最悪の状態で戦うという時点であなたは選択を間違えているのです。
つまりこういう状態では間違っても戦うなってことか。
そういうことです。そうなってはどのような奇跡もシロを救いはしないでしょう。
If your best is not even a chance at your opponent, then there's almost no point when you're already fatigued, even more so. It's like, But then again, other series would say go beyond, plus ultra, or I don't know my limits, or I will break through my limits. I decide my limits, something like that. But in this series, it's like, you do have limits, you can surpass them, but don't be a fool.
あなたの
Don't
戦
be
い
a
は
fool.
まず自身を万全にし的確な状況を模索することから始まるのです。
納得。それじゃ申し訳ないけど休ませてくれ。
I slump against the wall and slowly slide down the floor. I exhale. Air should be what I feel coming from my lungs, but instead there's only heat. While my body is throbbing with pain, I glance towards the clock on the wall. It's a little past 11 o'clock. True. You're so right. We started around 9, so we've been sparring for 2 hours already. So wait a minute. Those 2 times, has he been knocked out for hours? That's insane. Oh, wow. The first hour, I was just getting beat. Okay, wait, no. So we're just... Okay, never mind. We're just off-screening stuff. Never mind. I thought she knocked his ass out twice. And for each of those times, an hour of time just, like, collected up. I'm like, wow, okay. Saber struck suddenly, and then I black out. Repeat, on loop. I woke up thinking I would be more careful, and then just get knocked out. Over and over again. After getting beaten up repeatedly, my body seemed to get used to it, and maybe my anger just triggered some latent power, but eventually I did manage to block the first blow. Progress. The problem came after. Here's a thought. Would humans dare to, or even be able to fight back against an opponent who is so much stronger and more skilled? I think people, if push came to shove, a lot wouldn't, but the few that do are going in not thinking that they're gonna win or lose. They're just doing it because of instinct, because of resolve. They're just going in for the sake of going in. But then there's minor versions of those that might think that they could win. And maybe that's how you actually land a blow. But at the end of the day, realistically, are you going to get a Zenkai boost by doing that? No. Are you risking your life? Yes. But you stand on ground, you stand on principle, and you still do it. On some Escanor stuff. Not Escanor. Iskandar against Gilgamesh. He understood the odds. He understood the peril. Didn't matter. Stood on business. To the very end. Rest, my king. Rest. The answer was no. Because I blacked out in that instance. I flinched. After that, it was just a repeat show of a cat cornering a rat. If no matter how I tried to block the attack, I was going to fall, mortally wounded, then I had no choice but to attack in desperation. Of course, she deflected my attacks easily, knocked me out. But as I got used to it, I started to get enough time and awareness to intuit the next attack would kill me. So I just had enough time to think to myself, oh crap. Again, you're learning. This is, in a roundabout way, Meruem versus Netero, where the attacks are coming. He's not dying, but he's getting thrown around. But in that time, he's getting used to the pain. He's getting used to the sensations all around him. He's beginning to... Neurons are beginning to fire off of, oh, anticipation time, it's coming my way. And as you build up a rapport, eventually your brain's going to be like, okay, we can think of a strategy. So that's what's kind of happening here, to a much minor degree. I guess in general sense, I was getting into the swing of things. So after that, I went on the defensive. My intuition kept screaming the next attack would knock me out, so I tried to avoid that like any living thing would. I managed to parry Saber's Sheena attacks as they rained down upon me, and while I waited for an opening to counterattack, she struck a fatal blow. I managed to stand up and think the next time I'd last longer, and then think maybe I should go on the offensive before she can strike, since I couldn't hold out anyway. And that went on for 2 hours. I'm sure this is going to make me stronger. Minorly, but yeah. But I do think this is helping me get used to fighting. Practice. So I'm neither confused nor too calm in the face of an enemy. All I'm doing is teaching myself that I'm a single mistake away from death. But if you ask me if the thought that was meaningless, I would say no. With no effective weapon to use, the feeling of constantly being on the edge is the most important thing I can have.
お疲れ様でした。
Hey, nice.
どこか痛むところはありますか、シロ。
The next thing I knew, Saber is right next to me. I'm so exhausted, dripping with sweat all over the floor. Saber isn't breathing hard.
痛まないところのが珍しいぐらいだ。
I mean, if you came into this actually believing you can make her work, again, that's kind of foolhardy. Come within a realistic goal of your training, and then you won't be disappointed.
容赦なくやってくれたな、セイバー。こうまで一方的だと逆に清々しい。
I have to admit, I'm saying that entirely because I am a sore loser.
はい。シロに合わせて加減はしましたが、容赦はしないよう心がけました。手心を加えては戦いにはなりませんから。
That's true.
そうだな。おかげで今なら首輪が外れたドーベルマンが走ってきても冷静に対処できる。ってドーベルマンぐらいじゃまだまだか。俺も全然修行が足りなかった。
I'm in a moment of honest reflection. I've always thought that I've trained myself more than the average person, and now I'm ashamed for throwing in the towel just after 2 hours of sparring. You thought this was going to be an hour of sparring, though, so you kind of surpassed the limit.
いいえ、
And you've endured.
そのようなことはありません。シロの打ち込みは一心で力がありました。時にあまりの熱心さに対応を忘れたほどです。
You're mesmerizing a legendary fighter. Take credit where credit is due. I suddenly am embarrassed. Again. For a while, we've just been two people sparring with our Shinna, with no thought given to being a man or a woman. And now she caught me off guard.
いや
You guys were in the
ちょっと待
zone.
った水飲んでくれ俺
Yeah, you look a little quenched right there, man.
水ですか？それでしたら私が汲んできますから、シローは休んでいてください。
She's enjoying this because I think she's starting to have him rely on her on some aspect, which is very important between a master and a servant. Sarah goes to get some water.
助かった
Huh? Close. Close. What was close? Search within yourself, young man, and you will understand what was close. I drank the water Saber brings me. It must still be break time, as Saber's sitting formally in a kneeling position. That's nice. Very nice. As he says, very beautiful. You can feel the tranquil of the scene and the birds in the background. Saber is so beautiful when she does that kind of thing. I'm not saying that as a man finding a woman attractive. No. Because I find her beautiful as a human being. That's very lovely. It's strange to think that she is Saber, a servant, someone dedicated to fighting. Breaks over. Right now, there's only me and Saber. This might be a good opportunity for me to strike up a conversation. So I'll ask. Oh, here we go. All right. So this is important. And because it's important, saving. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We be safe scumming here, lads and ladies. Right now, there's something I want to ask Saber. So I'll ask. The reason to fight. I want to know why she seeks the Holy Grail. I want to know more about Saber before she became a servant. She probably won't answer that because, again, that's important to her, and we know that she's not about that, but we've come so far. I need a trump card. It'd be nice to have some sort of secret blade technique or something. As cool as that would be, I feel like that's not the most important thing that we need to ask. Oh, man. This is tough. I'm gonna go... I feel like I'm gonna get something awesome if I chose this, but I feel like at the same time, it's like a 1% chance. So I'm gonna go with this. The reason to fight, I want to know why she seeks the Holy Grail. Because she could still turn me down, but I can find just maybe something more. Yeah, let's go here. Why does she want to fight so much? I might be able to understand her convictions a little more if I find out why she wants the Holy Grail. But can I really ask her that? Oh, please.
セイバー、一つ聞くんだけどいいかな。
はい。何でしょう、シロ。
Oh, please be good. Please be
そ
good.
の聞き忘れていたことなんだけど、セイバーが俺に力を貸してくれるのは、セイバー自身も聖杯が欲しいからなんだろう。なら、一体セイバーは聖杯に何を求めているんだよ。
聖杯を求める理由ですか。ただ欲しいからではいけないのでしょうか。聖杯は万能の器です。手に入れれば叶わない願いはない。それを求めることに
I mean, the Holy Grail is an omnipotent vessel. There is no wish that can be granted once you have obtained it. Yes. And no. My Fate Zero fans know, man. We know. It's like, it's kind of a lie, but whatever. You know what? Whatever. Yes, for the most part, it can be, but it's like, oh, there's like actually a hidden rule within that omnipotency, apparently. And it's like, wait, this is kind of the most bullshit rule there ever was. Seriously? Seriously? Then what's the point of all of this? Oh, it's to make us strive better. Fuck you, we had to kill people to get here. It's like, what the hell?
違う。そういうことを聞いてるんじゃないんだ。セイバー、わざとごまかしているだろう。それ。
Come on, Saber. Open up.
シロ、それは。
Come on now.
求める理由じゃない。その、叶えたい願いっていうのが何なのか知りたいんだ。
Come on.
けど、セイバーが言いたくないんなら言わなくていい。自分の願いなんて人に聞かせられるものばかりじゃないからな。
Interesting idea. Wishes aren't always meant to be shared. Come on. Come on. Lore. Give me it. Give me it. Because I feel like the more I get in touch with her, the more I feel like I will definitely not go on the unlimited blade work route. I would think. Saber closes her mouth, embarrassed. I'm not surprised. Saber didn't form a contract with me to help me. Masters are only ones who can obtain the Holy Grail, so she is only here to assist with that. And that's why she hesitates to tell me her wish. But most of all, I don't want to hear her tell me about her selfish wish. Come on, though. Come on. Say it. Say it. So I shouldn't have asked. Are you serious? Is this the game saying you chose wrong? You've chosen poorly. Please, game. Come on now. Come on, man. Besides, it's disrespectful for someone without a clear wish to ask about someone else's. Fuck it, just answer the question.
シロ、それはマスターとしての命令ですか?
Yes. That catches me off guard. Saber turns to look at me, her gaze as serious as her tone.
いや、違う。そういうつもりじゃない。ただ、セイバーのことが気になっただけなんだ。
No, stand strong. Stand strong. Just say, yeah. Answer my question, man.
いえ、確かにサーバントとして、マスターには、己が望みを口にしておかねばなりません。
We've gotten closer.
シロ、私が聖杯を求める理由は、ある責務を果たすためです。私は、生前に果たせなかった責任を果たすため、
Here we go.
聖杯の力を欲している。
She looks straight at me. I see no deceit in her eyes.
責任を果たす。生前ってサーバントになる前のか。
はい。ですが、私にも本当のところはわからない。私はただ、やり直しがしたいだけなのかもしれません。
Which I keep saying Escanor. Iskandar, which Iskandar specifically said you shouldn't, because that would mean your entire life has been something that shouldn't have happened, and the good and the bad is something that you should relish in. Which I think he is for sure right about to a certain degree, but I don't know. There's no one right answer, especially in Fate. Especially in Fate. Seeing how in the main storyline we have 3 main routes, maybe now 4 because Hollow, but yeah. Saber looks down quietly. For a moment, she looks like a lost child seeking repentance.
そうか。ともかくそれで安心した。セイバーがさ、遠坂みたいに夢は世界征服よなんて言い出したらどうしようかって心配したぞ。
Nice. Throwing off with a joke.
リンが聞いたら怒りますね。 彼女はそういうことを口にする人間ではありません。彼女ならば聖杯を自分のためだけに使うでしょうが、
No.
それ
Oh
は決
yeah.
して世を混乱に陥れるも
Ooh,
の
I
では
got
な
a
いでしょう。
plus. I got a plus. Nice. Good. Good.
そうか？俺は違った意味であいつにだけは聖杯を渡しちゃいかんと思ってるが。
I nod to myself. All the while, Saber watches me, her expressions gentle. This conversation ends. I should never have brought this up. The mood between the two of us eases thanks to the mention of Tosaka, and I decided it'd be best to not to pry. Damn it. Damn you. But fine, I got some points. I'll take it. But the ache in my heart still remains. Even though I was relieved to know Saber's wishes was not a materialistic one, I felt there was still something amiss. Anyway, now that we've talked a bit about my body's cooldown, so we should get back to the training.
セイバー、始めよう。休憩はもういいよ。
そうなのですか？見たところ体の熱は下がったようですが、痛みの方はまだ収まっていないでしょう。
That's just gonna be the fucking game, man. Pain is the game.
構わないよ、そんなの。ただの内身なんだから、多少の痛みは我慢する。今の俺は。
しかし、それで悪化しては鍛錬の意味がない。もうしばらくは様子を見るべきだと思いますが。
いいからいいから。遠坂が帰ってくるまでにやっときたいんだ。あいつにはこんな姿見せられないだろ。
We can also think of this as he continues to muddle through, his baseline, or full health, if you would, is going to grow higher.
わかりました。確かにいずれ敵となる凛に四郎の腕前を知られるのはよくありませんね。多少無茶とは思いますが、そういうことでしたらペースを上げていきましょう。
Saber picks up Hirshina up from the floor. But then, a really out-of-place sound echoes through the dojo. Oh, here we go. Food.
セイバー？
I think her stomach is growling.
空腹のようです。鍛錬に夢中で気がつきませんでした。
It would appear I am hungry. So emotionless there.
ああ、うん。そういえばもう昼か。
I can't blame her for stomach for growling. I'm not that hungry yet. But if Saber is, we should have lunch. And if during that time I heal more, that's even better.
ちょうどいいし、昼にしよう。ささっと材料買ってくるから、セイバーは今で休んでいてくれ。
Hey, you said Fujine. I'm not gonna leave.
シロ、外出するなら私も付き添いますが。
Fuck it, yeah, just take her. Just take her.
大丈夫、すぐ近くの商店街だ。真っ昼間から襲いかかってくるやつはいないし。
Don't think of it like that. Think of it as bonding session, okay? Just think of it as a bonding session.
本当に危険はないのですね。
You can't guarantee this too. Just take her, man. Just take her.
ないって。すぐに帰ってくるから待っててくれ。
You fool. You fool. I grab my wallet and head out. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes to get to the shopping district by bike. The bicycle I took from the garbage today is Unit 2. Unit 1 is still parked in front of Ryoru Temple. Oh, true. Garbage. Garage. I bike down the hill. I haven't gone to the shopping district midday on a weekday since I was a kid. The intersection is packed with housewives returning from midday shopping. They're coming from the neighborhood shopping center Sakura and I frequent. I finished buying a bag of groceries. Enough food to make lunch for 2 and a light snack. I don't buy anything for dinner since Tosca is in charge for that tonight, but I do buy enough bread for tomorrow's breakfast. I don't know how to make strawberry jam, so I reached out for the cheapest. Well, no. That might get some complaints, so I go for the expensive jar.
くそ、ひどい出費だ。なんだってこんな甘ったるいもんのために1000円も払わなくちゃいけないんだ
For love and admiration. I load the groceries onto the bike as I grumble. But then, I feel someone tugging at me from behind. As long as you consent, that's all that matters. I turn around and wonder who it is. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here comes the little troublemaker. Standing there is a silver-haired little girl. Not just any.
お前は
I stumble backwards, knocking over my bike. While I brace myself, the girl looks up at me with a smile. There we go. Yeah. I can't sense so much of it as a hint of animosity or murderous intent from her. To top it all off, the little girl says,
よかった。生きてたんだね、お兄ちゃん。
Since our last engagement, she looks so happy. It's the middle of the day, there's people around, you're good. You're good. She's definitely Berserker's master. She's the master of the monster who almost tore me in half with a single blow. And remember from last time, they said masters somewhat reflect their servants and vice versa. So, a berserker with someone like Elia makes you wonder. Not the sort of person I expect to run into in the shopping district in the middle of the day.
ここでやる気か
おかしなことを言うんだね。お日様が出ているうちに戦っちゃダメなんだから。
Not supposed to, but then again, you never know. A win's a win. The little girl pouts. She's certainly acting like the little girl she seems to be. I have no idea what she must be thinking. I can at least sense that she doesn't pose any threat, though.
お前確か
イリアスフィール・フォン・アインツベル。長いからイリアでいいよ。それで、お兄ちゃんはなんて名前？
俺はエミヤシロだけど。
Confirmation.
エミヤシロ？なんか言いにくい名前だね、それ。
Playing coy, of
俺
course.
もそんな発音で言われたのは初めてだ。いいよ。覚えにくかったらシロでいい。そっちが名前だ。
シロウ？なんだ、思ってたより簡単な名前なんだね。そうか、シロウか。
Excuse me.
は合格ね。
So
単
formal.
純だけど、こんな感じがするわ。
Okay. I was gonna say, like in a lot of other Japanese mediums, you always get the family name, is what most people would say. So, Bakugo Katsuki. People usually call him Bakugo, but that actually is more of the family name. His actual name is Katsuki. Same thing with a lot of other characters. You usually would get their family name said first, and then you would get their actual name as like a more close bonding kind of sense between the characters. Eliasville looks at me suggestively. I find myself shifting my weight so I can be ready to run at the instant, properly by instinct. She is Berserker's master, he tells himself. If she gets into her head, she can probably just order him to crush me along with the florist next to me.
あ、そう身構えなくていいよ、シロ。今日はバーサーカーも置いてきたの。お兄ちゃんだってセイバーを連れてないから、おあいこ。
Eliasville looks up at me cheerfully.
いや、 おあいこってお前。
ね、お話しよう。私ね、話したいこといっぱいあったんだから。
I'm sure there is. The little girl tugs at my arm as if she was she was taking her father's hand.
待て待て待て待て、いきなり何しやがるお前。新手の策略かこいつは。
Yeah, he's like, wait, this is supposed to be a game of life or death. Why am I being hugged right now?
何って、だからお話したよ。普通の子供って仲良くお話しするものなんでしょ。
Yeah.
それ
Yeah.
はそうなんだが、俺とお前は違うだろう。マスター同士だし、一度戦った仲じゃないか。むしろ敵だ。
And in another timeline, you frickin' said you were gonna keep me alive and torture me.
それは違うよ。私に敵なんていないもん。他のマスターはただの害虫。けど、いい子にしてたらシローは見逃してあげてもいいよ。
If you want her to be like that, she'll treat you like that. She smiles, wide as she says this.
もうとにかく離れろ。お前めちゃくちゃだぞ。なんか。
I jerk my arm to throw Elia's hand off. Are you serious? Am I gonna die again? Come on. Why? Because I chose the wrong answer, like for the saber quiz, or not the saber quiz, but like the saber interaction? Come on. Come on. She's about to fall. She nearly falls flat on her back because of how hard I shook her off. I don't know why I did that. Next thing I know, I'm reaching for Eliasva. Her name is too long. Elia's waist and tried to catch her before she falls to the ground. Oh, never mind. Wait, are we going to do an anime thing? Are we going to do a anime thing right now? I lower Elia to the ground without saying a word. Elia's silent. I don't know what to say to myself, so I just stand there looking down at Elia. Well, this is awkward. So awkward, in fact, that I'm about to just turn around and leave. But then...
何？お兄ちゃん、私のこと嫌いなの？
I feel like we got the bad dialogue. No! Fuck, not the goddamn boom, 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 boom. Like, please, come on. That usually means I chose wrong. I chose poorly. She asked with the same eyes that glow red that she had when she spoke to me the other night when she was with a berserker in the other timeline. A chill runs down my spine. I sensed no danger earlier, and she just reminded me that she's Berserker's master. Again, you chose wrong. You chose wrong. All you had to do was talk to her. If I crossed her, I die. I'd never be able to face Saber if I died in vain here. Everyone in the shopping district would get dragged into this as well. Yeah, that's a safe bet. Elia is willing to use her powers anywhere.
わかった。話をすればいいんだろう。おとなしくするから。それでいいか、イリア。
それじゃあ、あっちの公園に行こう。さっき見てきたんだけどね。ちょうど誰もいなかったんだ。
She has a tactical nuke ready to go off at any time. Elia skips off towards the park.
ほら、早く早く。急がないと置いていっちゃうからね、シロー。
Yeah, I bet. Okay, that's interesting animation. Elia spins around as she runs through the shopping
あ
district.
いつ、本当に先行っちまったぞ。
You better catch up. I'm more moved than I'm confused. Apparently, once you promise Elia something, she treats it as an absolute truth. And that's why she just skipped off so happily. It's also why, even though she left me behind, I don't even consider taking the opportunity to run for it. I already promised her I was going to talk to her, and she clearly trusts that.
なんなんだ、あいつ。
She's an interesting person, that's for sure. She sure is unstable. But then again, I haven't yet gotten to an age where I'm so cynical as to betray a little girl's trust. Ely and I are the only two in the park, a little ways from the shopping district. Kids are in school at this hours, or maybe the park's not as popular anymore. Our conversation begins in the tense, wintry air of the park.
話をしようって、何話せって言うんだ。
Mm-hmm.
セイバーのこととか知りたいのか。
え？セイバーのことってどうして？
I mean, I can't really read you right now, so what do you want to talk about?
だって、俺たちマスターだろ。敵のサーバントの情報は知りたいと思うだろう。
何よ、そんな話は嫌よ。もっと面白い話じゃないとつまんない。
Something funner, okay.
いや、
Can you throw me a
そうっ
topic?
て言われてもな。なら、イリアは何が面白いって言うんだよ。
そんなのわかんないよ。
Hmm.
私、あんまり人と話したことってないんだ。だから、
Uh-huh.
何話していいかわかんない。
お前な、そんなんで話をしようだなんて連れ出したのか。物事はよく考えてから行動しろって教わんなかったか？なかっただろう。なら、今からちゃんと思慮深い大人になるんだぞ。
いいよだ。そういうのはシロに任せるわ。
Good response. Yeah, I'm having a good night. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Click. So far, so good. Just enjoying my decisions and hoping for the best that I, once again, am on the fate route. I'm crossing my fingers. But I hope you're having a good night, too. Or good morning, you know.
レディーをエスコートするのは男の人の責任なんでしょ？
Relax, you are like, what, 12? Homunculus or not? Don't be throwing around the lady term so easily. Nah, be easy.
私はシロについてけばいいだけだもん。
Uh-huh. Okay. Easy, Japan. Easy. Don't tell me... Oh, God. Don't tell me the hollow route is like Elia's route. Oh, I would actually be like... Please. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. I would actually cry. She smiles and leans against my shoulder. She's an egg. A demonic egg, but an egg that needs to be cared for. But not like that. She doesn't seem like she's being touchy-feely. If anything, she's like a small animal huddling against something that's staying warm. Huh? Now that I'm paying more attention, she doesn't look cold.
いや、もしかして寒いのか？
Do you feel?
寒い。私、寒いの苦手なの。
She breathes out a puff of white mist. Though she says she doesn't like the cold, she seems enchanted by her misting breath.
そうか。いつもはそうでもないんだけど、今日は妙に寒いからな。寒いのが苦手なら答えるだろうけど、その、イリアはどっから来たんだ？なんか随分
貴族っぽいんじゃなくて、貴族だよ。
She's one of the top 3 noble families of the mages.
私はアインツベルンのね、古いお城で生まれたの。
Now, this is something I do kind of wish that the actual animated stuff goes into more, specifically for them. They do give us stuff, but it's like kind of overt and quick to the point. This is where
いっつも寒くて雪が降ってたんだ。だからこれぐらいの寒さは平気かな。
寒い国に生まれたのか。なら寒さには慣れてるもんじゃないのか。
You still get cold.
慣れてるけど寒いのは嫌なの。私、冷たいのより暖かい方が好きだもん。白だって暖かい方がいいんじゃない？
I like spring weather, nice and tepid.
そりゃそうだ。冷たいよりは暖かい方がいい。
I mean, it's easier to stay warmer than it is to get cold, is all I'll say.
だよね。うん。だから寒い日は部屋の中で温まってるの。でも雪は好きよ。白くて私の髪と同じだって父様が言ってたから。
I clap my hands together and wonder amount. Now that she's mentioned it, I realize something. I didn't know what Ilya reminded me of, but if ever there was such a thing as a snow fairy, it would probably look like her.
うまいこと言うな。イリアの親父さんは。確かにイリアの髪は雪みたいだ。白くてなんだか柔らかそうだし。
Oh.
でしょ？この髪はね、イリアの自慢なんだから。私の中で唯一女の子らしい。
You certainly did take after your mother. I got it from my mother. It's only the girly thing about me. Is that... Oh, God. Ilya giggles joyfully. Seeing her acting this way leaves me numb. If I hadn't already seen it for myself, I never would have believed that the girl could be Berserker's master.
ねえ、シロは？シロはお父さんから譲ってもらったものってあるの？あ、魔術刻印っていうのはなしよ。マスターとしてじゃなくて、お父さんとして譲ってもらったものだよ。
That's her way of prying.
俺？最後にもらったのは家かな。その前は名字。で、最初にもらったのは
A chance of living again when I was about to die. I was the only one Kiritsugu managed to save that day in the fire 10 years ago.
そうだな。イリアみたいな両親から受け継いだ。
But of course, doesn't tell her that.
けど、それに負けないぐらい多くのものをもらってきたと思う。
This is again why I kind of do like Heaven's Field, because it's like the truth is out there. They all are like, oh, now we understand. We're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. Let's see. I didn't get any physical features like you did from your parents, but I think I got plenty of things that were just as good. Ilya looks delighted, as if it was a story about her. Who wouldn't be happy seeing a smile like that?
でも、今の話だと、シロは魔術刻印を受け取らなかったんだ。おかしいな。じゃあ、シロはマスターじゃないの？
いや、魔術刻印のない半人前の魔術師だけど、マスターだぞ。そういうイリアは、マスターなんだから、魔術師なんだよな。
Right.
私、魔術師なんかじゃなくて、
This fucking tournament this year was like so many exceptions to the rules. Shinji, who comes from a magic family, can't use magic, but has knowledge on it. Shiro has no actual knowledge and or family lineage, but is a master with his own exceptions. Ilya, is Ilya, but isn't considered an actual mage. So it's like, goddamn. Kotomine, a goddamn clergyman, is actually able to become a master once again after all the bullshit he pulled.
普通の魔術なんて教わらなかったもの。
はあ？じゃあ親から魔術刻印を受け取らなかったのか。お城を持ってるぐらいの名門なんだろ？イリアのうちは。
Prominent doesn't necessarily mean mage.
そうだけど、魔術刻印ってマスターになるためのものじゃないの？
As we
だ
approve
から
it.
マスターだよ、私。
Ilya tilts her head in confusion. Huh? Oh. Now I'm confused too. Ilya, words seem off. It feels like it feels like we're each having a different conversation here. Oh yeah.
なあ、イリア。一つ聞くけど、イリアはどこに住んでるんだ？どうも、聖杯戦争のためだけにこの町に来たみたいだけど、それじゃ 今はホテル暮
Where
ら
are
し
you going with this, Shiro? You're not gonna be like, why don't you come to my house? Like, no. Well, for starters, it'd be bad if she didn't have a guardian. You're treating her too childlike. Remember, she's ready to go and killing you. Letting a child like her come to Japan on her own is just a terrible parenting. I have a funny feeling they don't really care.
それって別荘のこと？
ああ、似たようなもんだ。家じゃないけど泊まれるところ。
Temporarily speaking.
それならあるよ。ほら、あっちに大きな森があるよね。そこの奥におじいさまのおじいさまが建てた洋館があるの。アインツベルンのマスターはね、
My
聖杯戦争の
grandfather's
時はそこに住むんだって。
Elia points west. So, if that's the case, hold on. There's a Western-style mansion my grandfather's grandfather built there. I was told that the Einsberg family's masters stay there for the Holy Grail War. So, they've said that there's been, I think, 2 Grail Wars that they know of. Especially now back-to-back. But is there actually more Grail Wars that happen in Japan? Just not in this specific area? Because I guess that would make sense. Because we now have the new game that's out. Hold on. Side quest, right? Or sidebar for a second. What's it called? Fate Samurai. Yeah, Samurai Remnant. I keep bringing it up every time. But like, Samurai Remnant, I imagine is, you know, canon. So is it like the Einsbergs will probably be in this game? They come here and have their base here, but it's not always in Fuyuki. It's like in different parts of Japan. I would imagine. I would imagine is the idea. Okay, that's interesting. That's a little interesting tidbit right there. Back to the game. Elia points west. Yeah, there's a deep forest in the mountain area there. Their place hasn't been developed just
あの
yet.
森って車で1時間もかかるだろう。そこから一人で来てるのか、イリアは。
Magic.
うん。今日は抜け出してきたの。セラもリーゼリー
Ah, yes, the
メイドの
maids.
くせ
The
にうる
maids.
さいんだもん。せっかく日本に来たんだから、その間ぐらいは外に出てもいいと思うの。欲しいものは何だって手に入ったけど、いつも部屋に閉じこもってたんだから、これくらいはご褒美なの。
部屋に閉じこもってたって、イリアがか。
You were locked up.
うん。雪が降るとね、体に悪いから外に出してもらえなかったの。だから大抵は部屋の中で遊んでたんだ。
Bad for the body.
でも大丈夫だよ。こっちはお城ほど寒くないから一人でも平気だもん。
Elia beams proudly. She swings her legs back and forth, seeming to be genuinely enjoying herself. I find myself reaching out into my grocery bag. I take out the dorayaki, a Japanese-style pancake sandwich filled with red bean paste I bought to give Saber, and without knowing why, I hand it to Elia. That sounds delicious. On a side note, that sounds really good.
食べるか、安物だけど。
Try new things.
何それ？食べ物？
It is indeed.
そうだよ。甘いのは好きじゃないけど、これだけは別だ。うちは親子ともども、お茶受けはこいつなんだ。
Oh,
その
bonding.
食べるの？
That's right.
やる。
A
一
real
人で
bonding
食ってもう
session.
まくないから、二人で食おう。
I hand her the dorayaki. I'll have to look this up. Elia hesitates, but takes the unfamiliar snack.
あ
She happily takes the bite of the dorayaki. She practically devours the thing. I nibble my dorayaki and try to stop myself from being overwhelmed by the shockingly thought I just had. I don't blame myself. For reasons I simply cannot understand, I just found myself thinking it'd be nice to have a little sister like her. Well, you kinda do.
けど、本当に。
I think Ilya is too innocent, despite her blood tendencies. She might really be an innocent young girl who hasn't learned the difference between good and evil. But what is good and what is evil? Honestly, I can't even begin to imagine how a mage family raises children. But I know without a doubt that Ilya wasn't raised in a normal environment. Tosca may act the way she does, but she is a mage at heart. She understands the gravity of the Holy Grail War. She knows that killings between masters are murder. But this girl may become a master without really appreciating what it means to kill people. I haven't been talking to her long, but I don't think Ilya is the sort that would choose to kill anyone. If that is the case,
真面目な話なんだが。
but then, Ilya suddenly raises her hand, as if something just called for her.
どうした？なんかあったのか？
もう帰らないと。バーサーカーが起きちゃった。
Oh, he woke up. That's unsettling. She jumps off the bench. Ilya runs out of the park without so much as a goodbye. She disappears in an instant. Okay, then. I go back to the house. I decide to keep quiet about meeting Ilya. This is the sort of thing I should share right away, and I know I might not. I know I don't feel like talking about it. Ilya wasn't acting like a master in that park. We talked about trivial things, casual, parted ways. So I hesitated to bring up what happened today to the others. I feel bad for keeping secrets, but I don't want to think of that little girl I met today as an enemy. And so we are back at the table. After lunch with Saber, we resume our training at the dojo, and the next thing I know, it's dinner time. I rest, fatigued after my training with Saber, so I take the bath to rinse the sweat off. By the time I hit to the living room, dinner is ready. I'm a little moved. It really is nice to come out of a bath and find dinner ready without doing anything.
エミヤくん、夕食だけど。何よ、バカみたいに立ち尽くして。
That's just how I normally stand. And yet, why does she have to ruin the moment?
なんでもない。夕食だろ？ありがたくいただくよ。セイバーは？
セイバーさんならシローの部屋に行ったみたいだけど会わなかった？おかしいな。さっきまでここにいたけど。
Interesting.
旅館みたいに入り組んだ家だからすれ違ったんじゃない？いいわ。セイバーは私が呼んでくるから。エミヤくんはもう一度洗面所に行ってきなさい。髪、よく乾いてないわよ。
本当だ。悪い。それじゃあセイバーは任せた。
I wave Tosca and step back into the hallway. As Tosca said, the Emiya house was built with all kinds of passages and corridors. One of the most notable examples of this is the various routes to the bathroom. You can get from there from my room to the living room. I headed into the bathroom. I don't like to use the dryer, so I just used the towel I used earlier to dry my hair. Oh boy. Okay, hang on. Precautions. We finally get to use it. That's right, baby. Oh yeah. We're gonna keep this up just for safety, I will take it down after I feel like it's safe. I am not taking the chance. Not taking the chance. In that moment, I forgot everything that happened today. Yeah, I bet you did.
シロ、二度湯のようですが、今は私が使っています。できれば遠慮してもらえると助かるのですが。
Take another bath? I would appreciate if you could wait until later. She's just so casual about this. Oh, I forget. It is based off a Erogo game. I need to explain myself. Just go, man. Just go. I need to explain that this is all an accident. My mind has gone completely blank. The sight in front of me is enough to erase everything that's happened today from my mind. Yo, bud, are you gonna bust right here?
シロ、湯にのぼせたのですか？耳まで真っ赤ですが、体を冷やすのなら縁側に出るべきです。
いや、そうするけど、その前に謝らないとまずい。
I avert my gaze from Saber and try to calm my pounding heart.
いや、こうして出くわしちまった時点で釈明の余地はないんで、セイバーは俺に怒っていい。
Sure, bud. Sure, bud. I try to keep my eyes avert and calm myself down at the same time. Saber thinks for a while and then says,
顔を上げてください。
this is why I'm keeping my sensor bar up. I'm keeping it up. I don't trust the game. I do so as I'm told.
なんでそのままなんだ。
シロが謝るほどのことではありませんから。このような場面を見たところで気にする必要はないと言いたいのです。
はい？
She says, you're okay to Pete, man. You're okay.
以前にも言ったでしょう。サーバントにとって
True.
性別
Yo,
のさまつなこと。
gender is meaningless to servants. You have no idea.
シロは私の体を見て慌てているようですが、私は女性である前にサーバントです。ですから、そのような気遣いは不要かと。
What? What is Saber saying? Even if Saber insists, the matter remains that she is a girl. In present form, man. In present form, but little do you know, she is a stalwart man in her mind. A king. But then again, I don't think it'd be the case, but could Saber be?
着替え中を見られても恥ずかしくないって言うんじゃないだろうな。
Right.
セイバー。
なぜ恥じる必要があるのです。
I figure this much. It doesn't matter that Saber doesn't care, though I really do.
悪かった。とにかく謝る。次にこんなことがあったら、セイバーの好きにしていい。
I, quick 180, rush awkwardly out of the dressing room. Saber stares after me oddly as I leave. Okay, I think we're good. Let me switch. Let me turn you off. Okay. Yeah, so I was told, depending on this remastered, that the erotic scenes that the original had should be turned off, but I'm just gonna go check. I'm just gonna go check. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. Because I don't want to get clapped by Mr. YouTube and be like, what the fuck are you doing, boy? You wanna explain what you're doing here? I'm just trying to enjoy my series, Mr. YouTube. Nah, it looks like you're trying to corrupt the youth. Especially nowadays with the goddamn censor protocols. Like, oh no. Oh no. Please no. So let me see. Let me go through the menu real quick. Auto save is on. Auto save timing every scene. Reset settings to default. No. Okay. I'm assuming that it's fine then. Hopefully. Hopefully. Flowchart. Wait, there's a flowchart? Oh, wait a minute. What the? Fate. Does this tell me that if I'm on the Fate route? Wait, for real? I had this the entire... Oh my god, I'm such a dumbass. To be fair, though, this is my first time playing. So, hang on. There were... Oh. I can't believe I had a tool like this the entire time, and I didn't know. So, I think I'm still on the Fate route, if this is correct. If this is correct, I should be on the Fate route. So, what is this? Unlimited, and then Heaven's Field? Yeah? Please? Should be. I should be. I should be. Okay. Well, now that I know this, that's going to be useful. That's going to be useful. Anyway, so yeah. As far as I know, the erotic stuff should be turned down in this remastered, but better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. We finished dinner. It was probably a typical dinner, except it didn't feel that way. I lost my appetite since the incident in that bathroom. I had to open the window from the veranda to let out the outside wind cool my head, but I need to stop. I'm going to catch a cold if I keep this up. Ah, here we go. His goddamn impulses. Seba.
私ではなくシロにあるかと。いいのですか？夜はリンに魔術を教わるという約束だったはずですが。
True, right. There's also that deal. Magic! I smack my forehead. I rush to the outbuilding and head upstairs. I knock on the door to the guest room that Tosca has taken up occupancy in. Tosca's voice sounds from the inside the room, but the sound's a little unnerved. Brother, what is happening? Wait, I don't remember this in the other parts. Hello? Hello? Again, YouTube, please don't be like, what are you showing the youths? No, it's not my fault, YouTube. It's not my fault. Excuse me? Is she doping on magic? Can you do that? Wait, can you do that in this world? Can you take, like, magic doping pills? Or not pills. She's injecting herself. What the Okay. There's probably, like, a meme here that I am unaware of, but, like, what is going on here? What is the context of what's happening here? I walk in to see Tosca holding a jewel in one hand and a syringe in the other and a handkerchief in her mouth, while at the same time she has a band around her forearm on the other hand that she's shooting the syringe in. What? Okay. Seriously, there better be a damn good explanation. Major explanation. Goddamn. Yeah, I have lots of questions. I have lots of questions. Just, yeah, okay. She sticks the needle in her arm as she speaks, her mouth full. She draws blood with the syringe. Tosca slowly drips blood from the syringe onto the jewel that grips it tightly. Oh, so she's not injecting, she's sucking from herself. Oh, that's unnerving. A wave of vertigo washes over me. I can tell it's a ripple of magical energy. Okay, what the fuck just happened?
やっぱり手持ちの9つだけで
30%
やっていかなくちゃダメみたいね。
I guess I'll have to make do with just the 9 I have. What? Okay. Is this the jewels that she uses? Tosaka slumps her shoulders in disappointment and puts the stone back into the jewelry
遠
box.
坂、約束通り教えを請いに来たんだけど。
Yeah, but we can do this another time if you're busy. But before we get to that, I'm just curious on what I just saw.
ええ、
Yeah, I would be
待ってた
too.
わ。
She acts like
昼
it's
間はセイ
nothing.
バーと体の方を鍛えてたんでしょ。なら夜は中身を鍛えないとね。
Train with my body at night. My mind at night. Tosaka seems happy and ready to teach. Saber said she wasn't good at teaching, but I'm guessing this will be the total opposite. Anyway.
さて、それじゃあ何から行こうか。確かシロは強化の魔術しか使えないって言ってたけど。
いや、その前にちょっといいか。やっぱり気になる。遠坂さ、さっき何してたんだよ。注射器を自分に刺すなんて危ないだろ。
Yeah, maybe we should kind of clear this up before my imaginations run wild with me.
あれ？あれは魔弾を作ってただけよ。うちの魔術は力の流動と転換だからね。
Magic
こう
bullets.
やって余裕があるときは自分の魔力をよそに移しておくのよ。
So she uses the jewels for different incantations, but specifically her family style is magic bullets, and she needs blood to do so. Interesting.
待ってく
Okay.
れ、その魔弾とか魔力を移しておくってなんだよ。
魔弾は魔弾よ。魔力のこもった弾。
They are bullets filled with magic energy. So can anything be a bullet if you have enough magical energy in it? But does it specifically for her have to be jewels? Because that's like an easy conduit for magic, I wonder.
宝石は人の念が宿りやすいって聞いたことない？実際宝石は魔力を貯めやすいものなんだけど、
No, I
う
have
ちの
not
石
heard
は
this
さらに
story.
相性がいいみたいなのよね。
Hold on. Have you ever heard the stories where jewels contain human emotions and thoughts? Well, like a philosopher. Tongue twister. A philosopher's stone? Question mark? Jewels in general can easily store magical energy, and it seems like my family has always been really well suited to this practice. Okay.
魔力を込めるっていうのは、例えば今日一日何もしなかったら体力は余ってるでしょ。その余った分の力を宝石に溜め込んでおくの。
Mm-hmm.
これを何日、何ヶ月、何年と続けて宝石自体を魔術にするのよ。
Okay.
もっとも宝石自体にだってキャパはあるし、自分から離れた魔力なんてものは操れない。
Okay.
宝石に込めた魔力っていうのは、あくまで大魔術を瞬間的に発動させるためだけのイグニッションに過ぎないけどね。
Because it's you, not the, what was the term? The ode from the outside world.
要するに自分の魔力を宝石に込めてバックアップを取るってことか。
I guess.
バック？近いけど違うっていうか、使い捨てのリュックサックの中身を詰めてるだけよ。
Hmm.
じゃあ一時的にハードディスクを増設してるってことか。
Hmm.
すごいな。それなら魔術なんて使いたい放題じゃないか。
There's probably a risk, though. There's probably like a fatigue, because obviously you're drawing blood, so you have to be
ハ
careful.
ードディスク？
Alright, she's not good with
あんたの言ってることはよくわから
technology.
ないけど、
Mm.
そこまで便利なものじゃないわよ。魔力は宝石に込めた時点で、その宝石の属性に染まるから、用途は限られてしまうわけだし。
Mm.
それにしても驚いたな。魔力っていうのはそういう風に貯めておくこともできるものなんだ。
Yo, hockey knots over here.
そんな便利なことなんで他の魔術師はしないんだろう。
Because they have probably other applications that is more effective and has versatility rather than just, oh, store, bullet. That's it.
自分以外のものに魔力を貯めるっていうのは特殊なのよ。
Outside yourself is you. The ability to store magical energy in something outside yourself is unique. Ah, skill check.
シロの強化だって 物に魔力を込めているってことでしょ。通常ね、魔力の通ったものは何らかの変化をしてその魔力を使い切ってしまうものなの。魔術の効果は瞬間であって永続じゃないでしょ。で、うちの家系はそうならないようにうまく宝石に魔力を流動させて永続的なものにしているんだけど、
Permanent.
他の魔術師だって自分の体になら同じようなことはできる
If
わ。
only this was the explanation for how black blades in One Piece would be turned into permanent black blades. Like, please, Oda, just do this. Just do this.
それが魔術刻印。あらゆる魔術師が持っている魔術のバックアップじゃない。
魔術刻印。ああ、親が子供に譲るっていう秘伝の話だな。俺、それはないから、どうもピンとこないな。
So it's almost like they're making mini magic crest upon the jewels
ちょっと
because it is their
あ
blood.
んた今なんて言ったの？
いや、魔術刻印はないって言ったんだが、親父は持ってたみたいだけど、
There you
譲
go.
られはしなかった。
Yeah. Did she not? I thought we already discussed this already. I thought we already discussed this with her. Tozuka catches her breath, and then the next minute she seems to understand.
道理で素人同然のわけだ。じゃあ本当に一からやってるのね。
Honestly, Zero's not even cutting it. He probably started from like -1.
父さか、俺に魔術刻印がないって、ずいぶん前に気がついてたんじゃないのか。
そんなわけないでしょ。知ってたら一人でなんか行動させなかったわよ。そりゃ半人前だなって思ってたけど、魔術刻印がないならそもそも魔術師じゃないじゃない、シロは。
But as we... Well, oh, never mind. Mage, technically speaking, yeah. Yeah. She huffs and looks at me, seeming to be complaining, when she's not. But what is this? Her voice sounds almost warm, like she's a little relieved, like she's jealous I'm not a mage. True, I guess maybe there's some, like, consequential thing of being a mage and helping each other out, but now that he's not, by all means of the definitions, she can let her guard down even more so.
まあいいわ。そういうことなら一から説明してあげる。魔術刻印が何なのかを知るってことは、魔術師ってものを知るってことだから。はい、シロはそこに座って。大事な話だからちゃんと腰を落ち着かせて聞くこと。
Okay.
ここでいいのか。よし、始めてくれ。
Fire away. I brace myself and look straight at Tosuka. I feel like we're about to have a yap session. We're about to have a deep lore session. So here we go. Here we go. Oh, let me also get my water. Remember, hydrate.
じゃあ簡単な話から入るけど、
Okay.
魔術を使うのに必要なものが魔力だってことは知ってるわよね。
いや。
魔術さえ発動させられるなら、それらはすべて魔力と言い換えても差し支えはないわ。
Anything that can activate magecraft is magical energy. Well, what specifically can activate magecraft then?
魔力の種類は千差万別。
Okay.
自分だけの精神力を持って魔術を使用する者もいれば、自分以外の対価を持って魔術を使用する者もいる。
Okay, some Hunter x Hunter shit.
ここまでは知ってるでしょ？
No.
ああ、マナとオドのことだろ。マナが
Oh, here we go. 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 This is what I was referring to
個人
earlier.
が生成できる魔力だ。
Right. So you're talking about mana and ode. Mana is the magical energy that is founded throughout the world. So I got it backwards. So she is good at using ode, the individual magical energy that we have in ourselves and we can create. She has an abundance of ode to the point of she can actually use it up and store it in other objects, which makes her family so unique. But she's not good at using mana. Now, Shiro has only somewhat of ode in him, but because he doesn't have a family crest and also I believe it's like circuits on a traditional sense, he has very limited ways of using the ode inside of him, which is already very small. So that's one aspect that he's nerfed in. But because he doesn't have the fundamental training to such a degree, and because he doesn't have the circuitry, he can't take in also the mana from outside. Right. So he's just screwed in a lot of ways. That's why I say, like, he's not starting from 0. He's starting from -1, really. -1.
そうそう、よくできました。じゃあそのマナを用いた魔術から順に説明しましょう。
Okay. Let's start explaining the types of Minecraft that use mana, specifically, from outside.
いい白、積み重ねた歴史が浅い魔術師。要するに白のことね。は、すでに形あるものを持って魔力となすの。これは古くからシステムとして確立している儀式。供物を持って神秘と接触する方法よ。
Using offerings to make contact with mystics. Right, because there's a difference between mystics, magecraft, and then also mages, well, okay. Mystic, or the mystic arts, is different than magecraft. And magecraft and mystics are not the same as magic. Straight up magic. And then there's a higher tier of magic called true magic in this world. If I remember correctly.
自身の力だけでは足りないから代価を用意して取引するというフォーマルクラフト。
It's called formal craft, a negotiation technique where a mage prepares a compensation of sorts to make a deal because their own power is insufficient. But she said with mana, right? This is with mana. Is he using mana? I thought he can't use mana and he only has so much ode. Did I have that wrong?
これなら術者の魔力が希薄でも魔術は作用する。何しろ使用する魔力は自分からではなくマナから借り受けるものだから。術者はただ儀式を行うだけでいい。
So the caster only has to perform a ritual. So a ritual from mana, which I guess is kind of how we summon servants, I guess.
けどまあこういうのは知識がないとできないからね。白にはまだ無理だし、そもそもこういう血生臭いのは向いてないわ、あなたには。
だな。
Sure, blood art.
俺も鳥の生贄とか魔法陣を敷いて一晩中祈るとかそういうのはやりたくない。
Right, yeah, not really our style.
でしょ。じゃあこれは置いといて、次はオド。つまり魔術師個人の力で行う魔術のこと。
So if he knew the knowledge, he could use mana, but also it depends on his mentality too. Sure. But mana is more of like the incantations, more of the in-depth kind of prep you have to do to use it. But once you do know the prep styles, it is a lot easier even for weak mages to really use. And there's an abundance of energy.
もう言うまでもないと思うけど、これが私やあなたの基本的な魔術講師よ。白の強化は他者の力を借りないでする自身の魔術回路だけを頼りにした魔術でしょ。
Sure. But again, I'm pretty sure like he doesn't have a lot of magic circuits innately within him, and he doesn't have a magic crest. He nods. It seems she's getting into the nitty-gritty stuff now.
その自分だけの魔力を生成する機能。魔術回路っていうのは先祖代々受け継がれる遺伝体質なの。
Right.
魔術回路は何代も重ねて鍛え上げられ、より強さを増して子孫に継承されるわ。
Which, in theory, he should have none. But, yet he still has something that... So it speaks to him as an innately person who has no family crest, and as far as we know, he comes from no magical family lineage, and yet he still has circuits.
魔術師の家系の子供は、それだけで魔術に適した人間ってわけ。フェアじゃないけど、私とシローはスタート地点からして違うってことよ。
Sure.
それは知ってる。気にしてないから話を続けていいぞ、父さんが。
別に気にしてなんかないけど。まあいいわ。それでね、そういった魔術回路とは別に、その家系が代々鍛え上げてきた秘伝の魔術っていうのがあるのよ。
They have secret magecrafts. Got it.
さっきの宝石と似てるかな。一つの魔術を極めるとね、魔術師にはその魔術が手に取れるようになるの。
A mage can physically hold that magecraft. Okay. So mystics is ritual stuff that primarily uses mana from the outside world. But you could probably do magecraft with mana, but specific secret arts and familial magecrafts are considered to be the mastery, and that involves physically holding magecraft.
本来なら形のない、ただの公式に過ぎない魔術を手に取れる感覚ってわかる？
わからないが、
It's like actually holding a lightning bolt, I imagine.
手に取れるっていうことは。
Oh, Jesus. My chair, please. I'm guessing it's something like becoming part of your body.
ご名答。扱われる式という域を超えて、もはや自分自身となった魔術っていうのは形に残せるのよ。
So you're almost infusing the magecraft ritual into your body slash ode. Okay.
それは不安定な魔術を確立させる偉業であり、同時にその魔術師が生きた証でもある。
It's a feat that can authentically and otherwise unstable magecraft, and at the same time, it becomes the testimony of that mage's existence.
で、魔術師は死ぬ間際に自分が成し得た偉業を刻印として後継者に譲るのよ。これをやるから自分が成し得なかった地点に到達しろ。もしかしたら、わしが残した刻印が何かの役に立つかもしれんってね。
Okay.
まあ残した方も残された方もそんな刻印が何の役にも立たないって分かってるんだけどさ。
なんだよ。それだけすごい刻印なのに何の役にも立たないのか。
Not necessarily useless, I imagine.
立つわよ。普通に魔術師やってれば刻印一つで左打ちはっていうぐらい役に立つわ。
Ah, security blanket. It's that helpful.
まあけどそれは自動車をもらったようなものなのよ。どんなに地上を速く走れても
Sure.
たどり着けないんだから。
Unless you know the specific modification and have enough energy to reconvert the car into a rocket ship, I guess, if you think about it like that way.
いいから話の続き。もう分かったと思うけど、その刻印っていうのが魔術刻印なの。
Magic crest. Right, so it is a energy source, but also it's knowledge passed from forebearer to forebearer, specifically in a family, and it will give them the techniques that they try to cultivate and also weaknesses of it, but then they can try to overcome that if they can.
その家柄の当主が一生をかけて完成させた魔術を刻印にして子孫に譲り、子孫はさらに次の魔術を完成させて刻印を増やし、また子孫に継承する。そうして複雑さを増し、深い歴史を刻んだものが魔術刻印。
Right.
魔術師にとって逃れようのない縛りってこと。
But yet he has no magecraft, so really he's actually like a empty canvas that has a lot of room to grow. It's just his canvas right now is very, very small, but he can still make a very in-depth picture if he has the right visioning, I imagine. So he has barely any magic circuit to activate his ode. He has no way to use mana outside forces, so he can't really use the mystic arts. Even if he did, he doesn't really want to, because that's not really his style, and there's a lot of prep time when it comes to it. So formal chants are out of the picture. So then it comes down to the actual magecraft and secret magecrafts, but even then he can't really use secret magecrafts because that involves a magic crest from a family member, which he doesn't have. So basically, Shiro just has to, like, you know, make his own style. That's it.
つまり
Long way of
魔
saying
術刻印には
just
そ
do
の
you.
家系の
Just do
全て
you.
が記録されているってことか。
Hmm.
ああ、それは違う。家系の記録はちゃんと書物で残してるわよ。魔術刻印にあるのは単純に魔術だけなの。
Like energy per se. It's a save file of energy. Like you're storing a battery, if you would, but that battery is a lot more in depth.
勝手に呪文詠唱をしてくれたり、自分が習得していない魔術も使えたりするだけ。
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like a pocket hold for, storing energy.
わかりやすく言えば、自分の体に魔法陣を刻んでいるようなものかな。
Magic circles. Great. Right. So, okay, what are now magic circles then? How are magic circles versus magic crest circuits? Like, what's the difference between there?
それじゃあさ、別に刻印は誰に刻んでもいいってことにならないか。魔法陣なら形さえ知っていればいくつでも書けるじゃないか。
I mean, in theory, it should be, but probably it's like, again, the human body can only take so much.
それがそういうわけにもいかないのよ。魔術刻印っていうのはね、生き物みたいなものなの。臓器を移植することに近いわ。
You cannot have more than one heart. This isn't like some weird JoJo shit. You can't have more than 2 lungs.
臓器は一つしかないものだから、何人かに分け与えるとか写本するとか、そういったことはできないの。心臓を2つに分けても意味ないでしょ。
そうか。確かに。それじゃあ遠坂にも
Of course
そ
she
の
does.
刻印は移植されてるのか。
She's from a noble family.
移植ってのは我ながら後ろ向きな例えだったわね。
Yeah, but it's the same difference though.
私の場合は左腕、肩から手までびっしりね。ただ魔術刻印は使わなければ浮かび上がらないから、霊樹と違って隠す必要はないわ。
Interesting.
まあそんなわけだから、魔術師の家系っていうのは一子相伝だったりするの。
Which then gets into the issue of the Heaven's Field route.
その家に兄弟がいた場合、どちらかは魔術を教えられずに一般人として暮らすのが常なのよ。だって魔術刻印を渡せないんだから、魔術師として大成されてもあまり意味がないもの。
Okay.
まあ
Sure.
それはシンジも言ってた。そっか。そういう理由でさくらは教えられなかったんだ。
Yeah, let's just go with that for right now.
ええ。けどマトウの家は何代か前から刻印の継承自体が止まってるわ。だからシンジに教えられたの
So,
は魔道の知識だけなんでしょ。
If you kill a family member prematurely, so let's say a father passes it on to the first son. He has another son. But then that son kills the firstborn son. Is that energy file just now gone? Like it's like a deleted save file? Or does it transfer over to the person next of kin? Like it has an automatic system in place.
ほんと、そういう手合いが一番厄介なのよね。魔術ってものを実感できないくせに魔術を使おうって言うんだから。
So Shinji, okay. Tozaka sighs a deep breath, swearing quietly.
さて、魔術を教えるってことだったけど、ちょっと予定が変わったわ。シローに魔術刻印がないんなら、違った方針を立てないといけないし。
Yep.
今夜はここでお開きにしましょう。明日までにはいろいろと用意
I
しておく
agree.
から
We should call it a
全部
night
任せて
here. This actually would be a perfect place to stop. So once we get to like a good stopping point, that's going to be probably it for the stream for us.
遠坂がそう言うんならうなずくしかないんだが。なんだよ。そのいろいろ用意しておく。
You're a unique case, man. You're a very special butterfly that she has to now work with.
だからいろいろよ。刻印がないってことはあなたスイッチできないんでしょ。体の中身をいじるんだから、お薬とか矯正器具とか必要じゃない？
Cryptic. A chill runs down my spine.
何？嫌だって言うんならやめるけど、 その場合、私が教えてあげられることはなくなるわよ。
Hmm.
いや、嫌だけど、頼む。遠坂の言い分は多分正しい。
じゃあ、明日はそれで決まりね。そうだ。あなた、明日もセイバーと剣の鍛錬をするつもり？
ああ、そうだけど、学校の結界も気がかりだけど、発動するまでまだ時間がある。
Mm-hmm.
それまで少しは戦えるようにな
Right, yeah, so this is all prep time. Didn't they say, like, we had, like, a couple days or whatever? But I feel like those days are running very, very short. So whatever you gotta get in soon.
まあいいけど、その割にはセイバーとはうまくいってないようじゃない？
Yeah, no. Yes
そ
and
れ
no.
は、その、
夕食前までは普通に話せてたのに、夕食から妙に黙り込んでたし。
Well, let's just say I saw Saber truly without the armor.
念のために聞くけど、あなたたちうまくいってるんでしょうね。いざ戦闘って時に仲違いされたら、私たちまで被害を受けるんだから。
It's just that something happened right before dinner, and now the things are awkward. At least on his end, not for her, as far as we know. That's all. But I'm not sure Saber and I are really getting along. When I spent all day dueling her, I think I got a sense of what Saber's like. I trust Saber as an ally, no question. But if someone asked me how I feel about Saber in other senses, I wouldn't know how to answer. Because yeah, nice panel. Lost all senses in that very moment.
難しいな。そういう遠坂はどうなんだよ。セイバーのこと好きなのか？
好きよ。だって嫌いになる要素がないじゃない。強いし礼儀正しいし綺麗だし、うちの皮肉屋とは大違いだわ。
そうか。遠坂はセイバーが好きなのか。
Yeah, gotcha.
何よ、素直に好きな部類だって言っただけでしょ。あなたね。
That's all he is, man. He's straight and blunt. That sounds weird, but it's true. Also, she wanted Saber in the beginning, so it's kind of like, oh, I get to finally hang out with Saber.
お断りだ。もともと口下手なんだよ、俺は。
I refuse. Kotowaru. I've never been good with words anyway. Same.
そうでしょうよ。嫌味とか皮肉とか口にしなさそうだものね、シロは。ええ、どうせ私のことなんて口うるさい嫌味なやつだとか。
Well, those are words I may have briefly had in passing about you. It doesn't define you entirely.
なんでさ。
At least when you want to show
俺
it.
遠坂が言う分には好きだぞ。なんかさ、そうじゃないと遠坂じゃない気がするし。
Got him. Crap, I just rizzed her. I might have struck a nerve. Tosaka turns away, pouting. But I have to admit, I feel a little bit better, even happy, knowing that Tosaka likes Saber. The day ends. I still feel uneasy with Saber sleeping so closely by, so I escape to the shed. I stop and look up the winter sky. Not because the night is particularly beautiful. I'm just feeling the winter chill in the days, doing nothing because it calms me. I don't know how much time passed. I think I hear footsteps in the darkness. There's no answer. Footsteps approach, and I feel a presence piercing. I crouch and ready to jump back at any time.
誰だって聞いてるんだ。
There's no answer. The footsteps never stop, and the person finally approached me. Bud, who is sneaking? Oh, fuck me, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright. We'll get one quick thing in. I mean quick. Like, we'll get, like, a sentence per, and then we're calling it. Because this would be a good place to pick up from. Alright, so You better not be eluding that we're on the unlimited route. I swear. Don't even, man. It's the holy shit, tongue twister. It's the servant who fought Lancer at the school the other night. The red armored knight. Saber beat when she leapt over the wall. Finally, he's finally here. The man lips curved upward. He smiled, and I can take that as confirmation. Something about him annoys me. For no reason I can really understand, I find myself irritated. I can't make myself like this guy. Same. Well, vice versa for you. I've never talked to him before, and he's never attacked me before. But I realize something the instant I see his face. I can't respect this man. Oh my god. Oh. There's no reason for it that I can think of, but he and I aren't going to get along. I'm probably not the only one who feels like this. Archer probably feels the same way. There must be a total of 3 people in the world with whom I just am completely incompatible. That's how bad it is. I wouldn't be surprised if there was irritable around me too.
無論そのつもりだ。私の傷が治り次第、このくだらん協定も終わらせる。故に、お前と話すことなどないと、今まで傍観していたのだがな。
なんだ、遠慮しないで傍観してろ。俺もお前と話すことなんてない。
そうしたいのは山々だが、見逃せないことがあってな。お前、サイバーには戦わせないらしいな。
悪いかよ。
My reply is impulsive. He glares. With a fair amount of hostility, Archer makes it clear he sees right through me.
やはりな。小僧の考えそうなことだ。
Alright. I gave it a little bit more dialogue than I was really intending to, but we're gonna save. We're gonna save it right here. So, new save file. We're gonna call it for today. And we're gonna pick up next time with more Fate Remastered. That was good though. That was good. We got a lot of cool stuff. We got Saber progress. I think we chose the right answer for that dialogue quest. We got Ilya getting more stuff into her character in this route, learning a little bit more of the Einsberg and what it means to be a master, like the qualities that are technically sought after. And then we had a certain incident with a bath. Yeah. And then we finally got to have a one-on-one with Rin about explaining again the difference between mana and ode, going into the specifics of how to use mana in specific magecraft in the form of mystic arts, going over really ode and magic crest specifically. So a lot of fundamental stuff that I do appreciate. Because there is a lot of stuff that I do feel like either goes over my head or I'm like, wait a minute, didn't you say this here? But now you're saying this about that. So I'm kind of confused here. There is a lot of dialogue because it's a visual novel. So it is what it is. I do have to like kind of get these like bits of information yet again to be like, oh, right, you did say that. And or this does make sense. Got it. But all right. Good stream today, guys. Good stream. We'll be back tomorrow with Yakuza 0. We will do a stream Wednesday. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do. It might be might be Uma Musume, but we'll see. Again, it's not like 100% set in stone, but it could be Uma Musume. But all right. Until next time, guys, I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, wherever you may be, and stay safe. Thor, click. Thank you for coming out. Shout out to you guys. If you're new to the channel, whether you're watching live or VOD Gang, I see you, VOD Gang, please, you know what to do. All that YouTube jargon of like, comment, bell, and most importantly, subscribe. We got a lot of cool things coming on the channel within the next couple of weeks. I hope you are around to see it and wish to build an awesome channel and community. Yeah, nothing more to say than that. Have a nice one, everyone. I'll see you guys on the next stream. Later.